So the Battlefield 1 beta hasn't been everything everyone was hoping to be. Bugs and glitches such as not spawning with a weapon, also the EA servers being DDoSed, apparently from a group called Poodle Corp that basically admitted to it on Twitter. These kind of things are pissing off a lot of people and giving them second thoughts about Battlefield 1 and if they should buy it. But after all, this is just a beta, and the beta is meant to get bugs out, right? No, that's not all there is to it. A beta these days is basically just a demo of the game to give people interested in a small taste of the game before launch, and to stress the game's service for when millions of people start playing on release. But even though the bugs are frustrating as hell, I still can't not have a good time playing it. Everything is so satisfying. The dogfights, the tanks, the guns, the sniping, the explosions, hell, even the soundtrack is great. If you've been paying attention to the chat on the top left, most of it is complaints. But not me. Yeah, the bugs piss me off sometimes, but I can accept and get over it. DICE is a good company, and I believe even though Battlefield 4 started off like ass and remained ass for like almost a year, that they are really gonna try to get this one right. There is so much potential in this game, and I can't wait to do more videos on it. I can only pray they fix the problems. But for them to fix the problems, you can't just bitch about them, you need to report them. You need to go on Battlefield forums and tell them. But you also have to be patient. The developers aren't Jesus. It's not going to happen in a couple hours or even days. Finding a bug and fixing it takes a lot of time. So just try to be patient. Have faith in DICE. Also, I hope the new Battlefield players are people interested in starting to play Battlefield, such as COD players, moving on from that shitty Infinite Warfare bullshit. Just know that the bugs will be fixed. Also, I almost guarantee you will have a lot more fun playing Battlefield than COD. There's just so much more than running around and dying and rinse and repeat. At least the last 3 or 4 years have been like that in Call of Duty. I can't wait till they release Call of Duty 4 Remastered. That game was my shit back in the day. If you're coming from Call of Duty to play Battlefield because you're tired of the wall running exosuit bullshit and just want to play Battlefield because it's boots on the ground, it's going to be a hell of a transition for you. These games are so much different from each other. So many new learning curves like bullet drop and bullet time and learning how to fly planes and drive tanks. Well, that takes some practice. And once you get just decent at it, you'll have a damn blast. Hell, you don't even have to do that if you're not into it. You could just be an infantry on the ground or a gunner on a plane or tank and still have an amazing time. I recommend playing with some friends though, it's even better. But anyways, even though DICE has let us down before, just know that they are working hard to make the game great. They just spent like 3 years of their life developing this game, of course they want it to be great. But bitching about it on in-game chat is not going to help. They are listening, but you gotta find the right way to tell them, and not expect it to be fixed the next day. Half the reason there's even a beta for this game is to find bugs and fix them. So expect them to be fixed on release day, and if they're not, then be pissed off. I know I will be. But appreciate the beta. Appreciate the fact that you get to try the game before you spend $60 or $80 depending on what country you're from. Even though it's got lots of bugs, especially on PC, just try to have a good time. It's a good game, not only that it's set in a theme we don't see too often, World War I. A AAA game set in World War I, like that's fucking awesome. Though some people argue it feels like more like a World War II first-person shooter, it's still World War I. The planes and guns and tanks and factions, it's all relevant to World War I. But to have 90% of the guns bolt-action rifles would be boring as fuck, like think about it. I'm glad they added the fully automatic rifles and LMGs. This is all for now. Please rate the video.